Good morning. It's the 8th of July. This is Rabbi Levitt, and we're doing Horeb.
Okay, so we got up to 236, 236, commemorating the destruction which warn and admonish us. Okay, we call upon Mayor to start.
Okay, it says, let's see, it's Tishbav, Shiva, Asar, B'Tammuz, and Asara, B'Tevet. Okay,
We just started, Alan. Okay.
Okay, so maybe he'll join us. Okay, historical details. On the 10th of Tevet, the siege of Jerusalem by Nebuchadnezzar began. 1.5 years later, on the 9th of Tammuz, the town was captured, and finally, through hunger, it was conquered. Similarly, later, in the period of the Second Temple, by Titus on the 17th of Tammuz. On the 9th and 10th of Av, the first temple was burned to ashes by Nebuzaradan, and the second one by Titus. Thus, Asara B'Tevet is the beginning of the destruction, Shiva Asar B'Tammuz, the fall of Jerusalem, and Tisha B'Av, the fall of Zion. The cause, Israel's sins. The destruction of the first temple was brought about by idolatry, immorality, and murder. Avodah Zarah, let's see, Gilead, Arava, maybe, and murder is something dam.
Shvichas damim.
Shvichat, spilling, right? Shvichat damim. The zenith of sinning against God, against oneself, and against one's neighbor, of which our sages tell us the middle one, namely sensuality, was predominant. The fall of the Second Temple was due to the causeless hatred of man for man, sinat chinam, namely self-seeking. Both of these are fostered only by scorning God, the only Lord and Father, and by assuming that one's own that which is only lent, that is, by making an idol of property, and therefore also of that which is created, and by the worship of self. Well, I'm not sure I caught all that last sentence there.
Yeah, that last sentence needs reading over again. Okay, so let's read it over. Both of these two things are, he's talking about the sins of the destroyed the first temple and the second temple, I think, are fostered only by scorning Hashem. So rejecting Hashem is gonna, somebody is rejecting Hashem, then he's gonna do these averos, the only Lord and Father, and by assuming as one's own that which is only lent, and by assuming as one's own that which is only lent. Don't know. That is. Now he's going to try another way to explain what he said. By making an idol of property. Okay, that we can understand. Instead of making Hashem your God, you make property your God, and you worship property, and therefore also of that which is created. And once you do that, you're also going to make an idol out of things that are created by, I guess he means created by man. I'm not sure exactly what he means. That which is created. Who's the creator? I don't know. and by the worship of self. Okay, so basically what we got over here is he's saying all these sins have two things in common. That instead of making Hashem your God, you've made property your God. That's what you worship. And instead of making Hashem your God, you made yourself your own God. You worship yourself and what you want and what you want to do and what your agenda is and your desires and your aspirations, as opposed to what Hashem commands you to do. That's called worshiping yourself and going after your own own self-seeking and own pleasure-seeking and own aggrandizement seeking. That's all called worship of self and not worship of Hashem. Rather, you should worship Hashem and go after what He wants. Okay. I think it's clear what he's getting at. Okay. So the next one, the purpose of the destruction and the exile. We go to Roy to continue. Still looking for Alan.
There's a purpose. When all around them multitudes of people sought to base their lives upon everything but God, making idols of material things in life.
Oh, wait, we didn't read the middle paragraph yet, did we?
No, the purpose of...
the purpose, right. The purpose of the destruction and the exile. 1. The immediate purpose. Destruction of the worship of property and self, and so the curbing of pleasure-seeking and self-seeking, and the raising of Israel to the adoration of God alone. Their possessions, which became the very gods of their life, disappeared. Their independence was destroyed. Israel was driven into its great wandering through the wilderness of time and of peoples, possessing not its independence gone. To one blessed possession they clung throughout their wanderings, the Torah, and to one source of strength, God, welded together by a chain of suffering. And through this, and in fact, because of this, they survived every storm and every misfortune which threatened to overwhelm them, and which indeed laid low neighbors, mighty, rich, and proud nations. All this then led Israel to one thought, one idea, to regard the Torah as the one precious possession in life. The one God was the only God in their life. To see the one mission, to see the one mission in life, to be obedience to God by fulfilling His Torah, and to love one another as the children of one God, as parties to the same covenant, born by the same fate as brothers.
So if that was those were the roots of the sins, were the roots of these two. All the Shpikas Damim Bilarais of Odazora and Sinas Chinam, they were all rooted in the two main failings of making an idol of one's own self and his own wants and desires and aspirations, and the property that he could amass, physical things that he could amass. So therefore, the destruction and the exile of Klal Yisrael the accomplishment of that is that there was that took down the worship of one's property and pleasure seeking and self seeking, and in replacing that with worshiping Hashem. And so they didn't have their possessions that they had before, and their independence was destroyed. So they were driven into exile and wandering, and it sounds like it's not a very pleasant picture. But he says that what happened is that they ended up clinging strongly to the Torah and to Hashem, to the Torah for their that was their possession, that was what they regarded as something valuable, and their source of strength was Hashem. And so that is quite a great accomplishment, because that's what they're created to do, to cling to the Torah and to rely on Hashem. And so that's what the destruction and the exile created in Klal Yisrael. So, according to that, Golus is a great thing. All of the sins that they did were while they were in Eretz Yisrael, and they had the temple. And so they were okay. Interesting the way he explains it. Okay, you have any more time? No. All right. Okay, Bez Hashem, tomorrow we'll be back to regular schedule.
Okay.
Amen.
So a great day to Mayor.
Thank you so much.
Mayor.
Everyone should have a good day.
Okay, Mayor, have a good day.
Okay, thank you, Lou.
We'll be back. Bez Hashem. Hopefully we'll see Alan